To me, making videos has become a pretty life-changing event. Not only did I discover many interesting facts about myself, I've also learned to fear others less. Not because people don't tell me things I don't want to hear, but because I see that ultimately it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter that other people don't like me. It doesn't matter that they have an opinion of me that may hurt me. They are entitled to their preference, as am I. I am entitled to my preference, and my preference is to make 10 million videos about nothing and about communism, and I'm going to keep doing that because I want to and because there's something in my soul that calls me to do so. And ultimately, I do want to talk about all of the aspects of our human lives. And I do want us to look at life through a lens of dialectical materialism. Because being an idealist in the past, I have really suffered greatly because of that outlook. I really didn't perceive the data from the outside world. Instead, I would sit down and brood on my own and think of all the possible reasons why things happen the way they do. And now that I've changed my outlook to a more materialist one, I am seeing a very different picture actually. And what I'm seeing is much easier to process and much easier to understand and analyze. So I think that the vast majority of us would greatly benefit from becoming materialists. Not because it's anyhow superior morally, but because it is easier, it is simpler to see the world through a materialist lens. And ultimately, even if you're not interested in learning more about communism, you would gain from switching from an idealist view to a materialist view. And if you need a little reminder about the differences between materialism and idealism, let me give it to you now. So, an idealism is a philosophical outlook on life where you believe that there is some kind of an idea that was perceived before the material world appeared. This idea could be expressed as a god or as some kind of a supernatural force, or it could be some other absolute, maybe it's some kind of energy, etc. So, a very simple take on what idealism is. But if you have been an idealist for any amount of time in your life, you know this view encompasses much more than that, obviously. But a materialist view is when you look at the data, you look at the facts, you look at the trees and the grass, and you take it as it is, and you analyze this empirical data, the one that is perceived with your five senses, and you realize that your ideas and your outlook on the world greatly depend on these material objects. So this is, again, a very simple, primitive view of materialism. And I have, as I already mentioned, seen much benefit to switching from idealism to materialism. And this is why I suggest you try it as well, because anytime I try something I like, I want others to benefit as well. Okay, as usual, I was trying to think of something profound to say at the end, but I don't know what to say, so this is the end.